Good fans, Rafflessia here, and welcome to a deck profile for Gagaga, the one I've been playing on my channel, and some of you requested a deck profile for this, so yeah, here it is. And yeah, let's just go straight into it. Starting off with triple Gagaga Head. This is the reason why Gagagas are now decent. Something that can actually fight against, well, I wouldn't say the meta, but it can fight against tier 2 decks. This is not going to be a tier 1 deck, not by any chance, but for tier 2 it could be a good possibility because it has so much access to the best Exceed monsters in the game. And Gagaga Head increases this access. It can be normal summoned while you have no monsters and your opponent controls a monster, and it becomes level 4. When it's normal or tribute summoned, it can target up to 2 Gagaga monsters in your graveyard, except itself, and special summon them, but you can only Exceed summon for the rest of the turn using Gagaga monsters. So it does limit your other options to splash it into another deck. So a pure Gagaga deck can be more applicable now. So the best options you would summon are Gagaga Magician, which can level modulate up to 8, and Gagaga Sister, which can add an extra 2 levels to that 8 to make up to a rank 10, or any other variation. It also allows you to go into a rank 6 play with Gagaga Head and gain its third ability, which is that when it is used as an Exceed material, the Exceed monster gains the effect of drawing 1 card when summoned, which is nice to give a little bit more of a draw engine for the deck, but it's not going to be 100% applicable. I'd rather have a nice rank 8 or a rank 7 or whatever's needed for that situation. Next, two Dododo Busters. These are only used to deck fin. This is the essential reason why I've got these in there. It's just another target for Onomatapaira, and that will just... It has come up that I've been able to Exceed with him once or twice, but I generally don't use it for anything else. He's just tribute fodder. He's just not tribute fodder. He's just, yeah, it could be used as tribute fodder because you can special summon it and then maybe tribute it for a Gagaga Head. You never know. So you can use it for whatever purposes you would want to use it. Most likely it'll just be used in XC for rank 4. But getting it through Onomatapaira will give you enough plus from that, and you can discard it for another Onomatapaira next time. And then triple Gagaga Magician. Gagaga Magician is one of the best cards in the deck, except for Gagaga Head, because it gives you access to 8 ranks of monsters. Gagaga Magician can change its level from 1 to 8, and that is very good. It can't be used as a synchro material, so you can't use a synchro variant of Gagagas, which would be funny, but it can't be done, unfortunately. But this can be comboed with Gagaga Girl. Let's triple her because just to have the deck space for this and give me more options to get off a successful head. So Gagaga Girl, if you control a Gagaga Magician, you can change this monster's level to that level. So it opens up your rank, well, any rank play really. And then when it's used as an Exceed material, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, its attack becomes 0. Are there more options for an OTK? Makes any Exceed using that monster a number 39 beyond the hope. So that's always nice. And she can give you access to rank 5 plays with Gagaga Sister. Next is triple Gagaga Kid or Child, as TCG says it. It's a nice card as well. If you control a face-up Gagaga monster except Child, you can special summon it from your hand. And if you do, you can target one face-up Gagaga monster, change its level to this level. It changes its own level to that monster's level, so it gives you access to your rank plays more applicably than Girl, but you have to sacrifice your battle phase to do so. And finally, Gagaga Sister, the searcher of the deck. What you hope to open up with if you're going first, because you can normal summon it, add a Gagaga card, and then, well, Gagaga Spell Trap, and then set it for later. And then, when it's in the grave, you've got access for your head to get even further plus. And it can target one other Gagaga monster you control, and itself, and then level modulate to a total of those levels, which is different to the other Gagaga systems. So this plus this would make a rank 4, this plus this rank 5, rank 6, and so on and so forth. So it has quite a lot of versatility there, and that's good enough for it to be in the deck. I'm using it for free just to have a little bit more access to the search, increase the consistency. That's the monster lineup. No other Gagaga cards are using this. No Kaiser, no Gardner, as they're not applicable enough. I was thinking Mansa, but it probably won't come up enough for me to actually legitimately play it. Next, on to the triples. It's the triple spell of Onomatapaira. Onomatapaira can send one card from your hand to the graveyard to add up to 2 of the following cards from your deck, but only 1 of each. So you can add a Gagaga monster. Well, actually, yeah, just Gagaga monster and the Dododo monster if you have them both in your deck. Most likely you will ever search for Head for your avenging plays, Girl if you have Magician already out, Child if you're in a really bad position with all the Girl out, or Sister if you've got Child in hand, and it would help that way. Because Sister will then further search, and then you'll further deck fill with this. You can also just discard Dododo Buster, and then add another Dododo Buster for further plays. And it does not require you to have both of the monsters in the deck. You can use it to only get 1, so that's decent enough that you get 1 for 1 there. Then Raigeki staple. 2 Gagagabolts. When you control a face-up Gagaga monster, target 1 card on the field, destroy the target. A nice Raigeki break is always good. Nice, that is a spell card. It comes as ultimate rare as well, which is nice if you were doing this deck in IRL. This is not out in the TCG, by the way. So that would be nice to have. And yeah, just gets rid of some of the back rows so you can have more avenging AC plays and not worry about Solemn Warning. Next, triple Gagaga Emergency Network. This allows you to special summon a Gagaga monster from your deck. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except from Exceed monsters, which is an alright restriction. Mask Chameleon has the same, but it's really good. It's better for your turn 1 plays because you can use this and then special summon out Gagaga Magician just to sub your grave for Gagaga Head, or you can set it up with Gagaga Girl or Kid. I wouldn't say Sister because she's not very good, but you could have Gagaga Magician in hand and Anime that will access an easy rank 8 play. Next, triple Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin is just to increase consistency in the deck, so that's about it. Then triple Gagagarevenge. This is a nice Monster Reborn like card which can resurrect a Gagaga monster in your graveyard. And when it leaves the field, you destroy the equipped monster. When it leaves the field because the equipped monster was sent as an Exceed material, all Exceed monsters you control gain 300 attack points, which is nice. A little bit of a Giga Brilliant effect there. And you can search it out with your sister. Next, onto traps. 1 Void Trap All. That card is getting quite a lot of hype right now, and probably will with the success of Infernos at YCS Dallas. So yeah, Void Trap All is used mainly for Traptrix Rafflessia, because this is the first deck I'll be using her in, and it has access. I thought might as well try it this time. Void Trap All is just a one-off because I don't really like the card itself because it's not a counter trap. I prefer counter traps than anything else. Then Bottomless Trap All. It's so good against pendulums. Traptrix Trap All Nightmare, again for Rafflessia. And it's not too bad a card. 2 Mirror Force to give me a little bit more protection, and then 2 Fiendish Chain because Breakthrough Skill won't give me enough plus in this, and Veiler. There's no synchro materials, there's no real reason to have it. Fiendish Chain on the field which will slow your opponent down. Okay, onto the extra deck, which is full Exceeds. There's no instant fusion in this because it doesn't work very well with Gagaga Head or Gagaga Emergency Network. So yeah, first one is Sky Centeurea. This is my rank 2 play. All these are to solve specific problems, gives you a lot of access. So my rank 2 play is Sky Centeurea. This is also a perfect play to have in this deck because say you have Skill Drain on the field, and you really have to make something to be over I don't know what you could be beating over. Say it's a really rogue rank 4 normal deck, and he only has one normal monster to the field, so I'm sure he could do that. But if that effect is negated of changing its level, you will still have a rank 2 play with Gagaga Sister, which is nice as well. So yes, Castel can't be destroyed by battle when it has an Exceed material. If it battles an opposed monster, it does not target, it can detach an Exceed material and return that monster to the hand, which can get around Leo and Cyber Dragon Infinity. Next is a rank 3 play. Again, if you have not much access and only girl and kid on board, you can go for Zenmaines. A nice defense, can't be destroyed by, well, it just can't be destroyed while it's face up, unless you detach it by detaching Exceed material. And once per turn during your end phase, well, during the end phase, if this effect was used, target one card on the field and destroy it. Funny, if you just Raigeki and don't put anything else on board, they have to destroy one of their own cards. Well, that's a counter tactic for that, but it's an alright card. It's an alright card to use in this deck. It's the only rank 3 I'd rather run in this deck than anything. Then on to the rank 4s, we have Traptrix Rafflessia, a very powerful card in the OCG right now. It's unaffected by trap cards while it has an Exceed material. Other Traptrix monsters are protected from battle and card effects and can't be targeted, but that effect will be in play. The main effect it will be using is during your player's turn, when the activation of a hold card could be used, you can detach an Exceed material and send that card from your deck to your graveyard, and it'll gain the effect. So that turns into a Bottomless Trap Hole on legs, or Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare on legs, or Void Trap Hole on legs. So that's nice, and 2500 defense is always good. Next, Exciton is a staple, and it has really helped me out in this deck. Castel, because bouncing back a card the opponent controls into their deck is very nice. 101. Not many people are running 101 anymore, and I really wanted this because I didn't want to put 2 Castels in. I've come to the point where I've needed 2 Castels in this deck, and having a 101 as a nice defense will be very beneficial compared to an extra Castel. Next, 1 Tiras, because you do need a rank 5 play to do with Sister and Girl. You just have to sort for the eventualities that you have restricted plays. So Tiras works with this. Originally, I wanted something like Pleiades or some access to Infinity, but they are restricted by type and attributes. So Tiras is one of the better generic rank 5s you can go for. There are other options like Adrius and Shark Fortress, but Tiras gives a nice protection from Raigeki and can pop a card on the field, which is always nice. Then the rank 6 players, we have M7. M7 is M7 really, but you will gain its actual effect because you will be overlaying onto a Constellar monster, detaching Exceed material, tagging one monster in either player's graveyard and to their hand, and that's very applicable with Sister and Head. There are 3 rank 6 players. That's mainly because you need to keep the versatility alive. You can also do it with Gagaga Magician that has this effect negated. And yeah, next one is Norito, the Morale Leader. A card you won't see very often. It requires 2 spellcasters to summon it, rank 6, so a normal summoned head with a Gagaga Magician, or a triple summoned head with a Gagaga Magician, or a Gagaga Sister with Gagaga Head, or a Gagaga Sister with a non-affected Gagaga Magician, which would be very applicable in this situation. And once per turn during your play's turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap card, you can detach one Exceed material and negate activation if you do destroy it. So a basic effect that is always good to have, and 2700 beta is, again, nothing to be sniffed at. Next is number 39, Beyond Hope. Mainly used when your opponent stops monsters from targeting, you're going for the final play in the duel, or you're about to try an OTK. 39 opens these plays up. Next, rank 7s, number 11 Big Eye, it's a Big Eye, who wouldn't want a Big Eye, and Dracossack. These are my common rank 7 plays that I would use, and I always have to have them just in case the applicability comes up. Then rank 8, we have number 23 Lancelot, Ghost Knight, well actually it's Dark Knight of the Underworld, this hasn't been put on here right, but it is a very, very powerful Exceed monster. While it has Exceed material, it can attack your opponent directly. When it inflicts battle damage, you can target one face up once your opponent controls Destroy that. And once per turn during your player's turn, when a spell, trap card, or another monster effect is activated, you can detach an Exceed material from this card and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Well, you don't destroy it actually. I'm going a bit ahead of myself, but that's quite a nice effect. It does mean it can be outed by just a normal Upstart Goblin, or just something. You just can't choose when you activate this. It's a mandatory effect, so it does limit your access, but it's all good in the end, to be honest. Next is Felgrand, just have the added protection and negation. And finally, number 81, Superdreadnaught Explorer, which is basically Felgrand. It just does the exact same, just a little bit more powerful. A 3200 beater is very powerful, a 4000 defense is godly, especially with this protection. So yeah, that's it. I don't include any rank 9s because the only rank 9 I'd ever go into is Dyson Sphere, and that hasn't got enough applicability in this deck, and the only rank 1 I'd go into is Dullahan, and that wouldn't give enough applicability in this deck either, so that's why there's no rank 1 plays and there's no rank 9 plays. But yeah, this is the best Exceed lineup I can think of at the present moment. If you have any suggestions for the Exceed line, please leave them below in the comments, as I will have a look into it. I'm not using Dwell at the present moment, but I could use it. I'm more likely to use it as a side deck. I'd more likely have extra deck side deck cards than others, because you could prepare for a load of eventualities this way. It furthers your hands. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Please leave your comments below if you've got any suggestions for the deck or suggestions for my channel in general. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed this and want to see further content. Matt Durant, signing out.